Welcome back to the Gup Shup podcast. We have a very exciting episode today. Why am I talking like it's a radio show?
I don't know.
Okay, Anjali did a very good job with the questions this time, and I'm so excited because I don't know anything about it. So you got to what are we doing?
So today's topic is all about superstitions, and even though it's a DESI-based podcast, we kind of opened it up for any kind of superstitions from any cultures. And then we posted on our Instagram story an anonymous question link where people could submit it. So we got quite a few there. And then I took the liberty to also go on Reddit and ask people on Reddit about their superstition stories. And we got a lot of fun ones. So today we're going to read through superstitions and we're just going to hear it. There's a lot of interesting ones. This is going to be Bhavya's first time hearing them. So it'll be like, genuine raw reaction.
And it was great because when you got all the reactions or when you got all the questions or the submissions, you really wanted to tell me what they were, but you held back. Held back. So when Anjali wants to tell me something and she's that excited for it, I know it's going to be good.
Oh yeah. Okay, but before we read other people's superstitions, I think the first part of this video is us talking about the superstitions, maybe like one superstition each. I know there's a ton. At least I have a ton. One superstition each that we know, and then we can like add on our own superstitions as we go through other people's.
For sure.
So what is one? Think of like a really ridiculous, if you have one, like a ridiculous superstition that just doesn't make sense that you or your family has to follow.
Well, this one is just, I'm certain that this superstition is just a way for your mom to control you. It's every time a shoe is left turned over, the superstition is that it creates chaos in the world. Like it's very bad for the general state of the world. And I'm sure that my mom was just like, didn't want to deal with shoes being all over the place. So she made that up to get us to put our shoes properly in the foyer.
If a shoe is like left anywhere or if it's like flipped upside down?
Like flipped on its side.
My mom does the same thing. So I think it's an actual superstition.
It's an actual one, okay. Because you don't know where the line is between, is it an actual superstition or is this propaganda to try and get you to behave a certain way?
Honestly, it could be both. Whoever started it, it might have started off with like, it must have been a mom long ago who was like, let's make this into a juicy story.
Yeah.
Let's make a little superstition, passed on through generations. And look at that, we follow it. Yeah, my mom goes crazy over that.
She has like a superstition for every occasion.
Yeah.
Like anything that needs to be controlled in your kid's life, it's for superstitious reasons. Which one is the one that stands out the most to you?
For my family?
Because I think I can name a couple for you, but I want to hear what you have.
See, the thing is, a lot of the superstitions my family believes in, or like we do, a lot of them I was noticing were already in the answers we got, so I'll skip those and I'll mention that we also follow it. But one I think that's not commonly heard from others that my mom's told me, and again, I don't know if this is true, is that she tells me, so you know how girls, when they make their hair, they do a part.
Yeah.
So she tells me there's a superstition where if you make a part, the longer your part is, the farther you're gonna end up living from your parents when you get married, right? So like if you have a short part, that means you're gonna live closer to them. But if you have like a longer one, you're probably gonna like move away further.
Wait, so what's the length of a part? Like, is that how?
It's like how far. So like right now, like my hair part goes until like here or something, right?
Oh, I see. Okay.
But then if like, I don't know, if there's that one girl who has like toxic parents and she wants to live as far as she can, my recommendation is take your part from here, go all the way to the back of your head. You'll be on the other side of the world. Well, like that's one. I don't know if other people follow it because I haven't heard that from a lot of other people. So I don't know if this is like a legit superstition or if this is a way for my mom to make sure I don't do a huge part and bald.
Is having a longer part?
Well, if you're always having like a center part and you're always combing your hair a certain way, you're gonna start thinning out in the area. That's why they tell you to like switch it off. Like if you do a center, we call it gir.
Okay.
Right? If you do a center gir, you're going to, one day you should probably switch it to a side and side. Of course, I don't listen to that, but yeah.
So it could just be like a health kind of recommendation as well.
Could be, but the whole like living, the farther it is, the farther you live from your parents. And it's like, okay, if you want to live in the same house as your parents, don't do a part.
Just have like crazy messy
You've got to have like the whole like comb back. That's it. But
I've never heard that one before. I didn't know you actually followed that one.
Oh yeah, there's so many superstitions that we have to follow, or like I've heard of in my family.
A diet especially?
Oh yeah, diet.
I think that's probably going to come up though.
Those will come up. So
I'm excited.
Are we ready?
I'm ready.
We're gonna read off. So I'll start with, I'm just gonna mix like the ones we got from Instagram and the ones we got from Reddit. I'll start with an Instagram one just because these are probably coming from people that follow us. And there are some really interesting ones. Okay. So the first one is, if I bump heads with someone by accident, I have to grab them and bump heads again, or else you'll argue with them. And I actually follow that too.
I'm just imagining in my head like going.
No, I did that. As growing up, I was always told if you accidentally hit heads with someone, whatever, if you hit heads with someone, you have to hit heads with them again because it's kind of the superstition is like, or else you're gonna be like, what is it?
Butting heads.
Butting heads.
Yeah.
And I still remember in elementary, they were like, you know, there are awkward times when you bump heads. I remember this one time I bumped heads with one of my guy classmates, and because we were like both like picking something up from the ground, we hit heads.
Yeah.
And I just randomly grabbed the poor guy's head, and I was like, hit my head again. And the poor guy was like, what?
Just freaked out.
Yeah. But like, I think it was understandable because he was brown too, so he probably understood.
He got it. It would be ironic if the hitting the head again caused another argument. Yeah. The guy didn't know what the superstition was, and he's like, why are you doing this again? Like, it starts a whole argument because of that.
But like, imagine like hitting heads with your teacher by accident. And you just grab them and you're like, we need to hit heads again. Like, how do you explain that to them?
Just bring it to like my culture. Once you bring my culture into it, they can't say a thing.
Like, don't be racist.
Exactly. It's like, what are you talking about? I'm pretty sure like the butting head, like maybe this thing started is because back in the, colonial, how do you say it? Colonial? Mm-hmm. Colonial days, the British people probably, they mentioned the phrase butting heads. And then Indian people were like, butting heads? Okay, so headbutting. Headbutting. So like the argument became associated with actually hitting heads with each other. Maybe, I don't know.
It's funny though, I follow that one. I still do. It's just like a bad habit that I can't.
It doesn't happen too often though. It's not like a big impact on your life.
Yeah, it's just so funny when it does, because then I'm like, we need to hit heads again. Okay, next one. Really short and simple. Knock on wood.
Knock on wood. This isn't wood, but we'll knock on it anyways. I think that's not an Indian thing specifically.
Is that? I thought it was an Indian thing.
Really? No, knock on wood's been, like, I think it's cross-cultural at this point.
I kind of like that. It's like you say something and you're like, the whole point is so you say something positive. Like you're like, let's say somebody's gonna get married, like someone you know, and you're like, yeah, I think they're finally getting married, and you go knock on wood to make sure they don't get jinxed. Is
that how it works? I thought it was you'd say knock on wood to prevent something from happening. If you mention something that, it's like God forbid.
I don't know. I would say, for instance, like, I thought it was something like if it's something positive, like you're saying like, oh, like if you're like, my grades are finally going up, you could go like knock on wood so you don't jinx it.
Oh, okay. I thought it was opposite. I thought it was like, I hope I don't, like, I might fail this. No, actually, no, you're right.
No, it's positive. Kind of like if I come home to my mom and be like, Mom, my instructor finally likes me. She'll be like, go knock on wood.
Okay.
I think what's funny is that you don't see hair, you don't see wood, and then you say knock on hair. I don't know if my family only does it or like.
Knock on like
hair? So if you can't find wood, sometimes you'll be like, okay, knock on hair, and you just go like this.
It just always access to something to knock on. Why do you think that started?
I have no idea.
Like wood specifically?
Maybe wood has some spiritual connection, good luck.
Knock on wood, that's a pretty common one, so I'm pretty happy with that one.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's just Indian, I think it's cross-cultural.
You ready for the next one?
Okay, I'm ready. You're smiling for this one.
Okay. Mom got married to a white guy.
Yeah.
My dad's brown, divorced parents. But the two guys are best friends. Now, every India cricket game, we all have to wear blue and eat no meat. And we all got to wear Dallas Cowboys merch when they play games. Help. I'm just a girl.
I think the reason why this is a superstition and not just team spirit is because if it's a very important game, like, are you into sports a lot?
No.
I don't know why I'm asking that. I know you're
not
into sports.
You're not into sports.
For the viewers, I guess, for the viewers. But when it's like playoff season or like it's like a very important game, it's like sports superstition that you wear the same thing again and again to not jinx something. So, I mean, I'm going to bring up something pretty sad, but the Oilers, they made it all the way to Game 7 finals, lost. But in that playoff run, Connor McDavid, I think maybe some other people on the team as well, they wore the same suit for each game.
Oh.
So if they won a game, so if they won, they'd wear the same suit again for the next game to kind of lock it in.
That's crazy. I didn't even know that.
It's pretty common though. I think it's for most sports.
Yeah.
They have like special socks or like a special item of clothing that they'll just keep repeating to kind of
just for to lock in the luck, right?
Lock in the win. Yeah, exactly.
Well, whoever this person is, first of all, the fact that both dads are best friends.
I like that.
I love that.
Yeah.
Good for them. That's so wholesome. And having to go on 2 different games, honestly, it could be a struggle, but I think it's kind of cute.
It seems like a fun environment. It's not
it
like
does seem like a fun environment.
It's not like we're one of those I have to do this. It's more like it's gonna be fun if I do this,
Okay, but imagine having 2 dads. One is Indian, one is Pakistani, and there's an India versus Pakistan cricket match. What do you do then? Which team merch do you wear?
At that point, just don't show up. Whatever happens, your life is in danger.
Yeah.
I remember back in the day, I think India and Pakistan were playing. No, I might have been India and Sri Lanka. They were playing for 2004 or something, and there were stories of TVs being thrown out the window, and I'm sure it still happens today when India and Pakistan play. Where if something goes wrong, TVs are going out the window no matter what. But in this case, it was not Indian Pakistan.
It was Dallas Cowboys and yeah.
What sport did the Dallas Cowboys? Is that football?
I have no idea.
American football?
Not sure. But anywho, next question.
Next superstition.
Next superstition. Where I'm from, cutting your hair or nails after 6 p.m. attracts evil spirits into the house.
I know for this one, I thought this is more for you, it's day dependent. You can't cut your hair on certain days.
No, but actually, this thing we follow, but not the cutting hair or nails thing, we follow for cleaning. You can't clean your house after the sun sets.
Really?
Because it'll attract ghosts and spirits into your house. My family follows that. I remember one time I was trying to be a good kid, and for once I tried to do a chore, and I was trying to vacuum the house, and then I got yelled at, and I was like, what did I do? And they're you're not supposed to vacuum at night, and that's when I found out.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So any kind of cleaning?
You can't, yeah. You're not supposed to broom, vacuum, mop kind of cleaning. Yeah, if you could take maybe if you want to wipe something, you could, but
That's interesting. I never knew a superstition that disencourages or discourages cleaning at all. It's usually cleaning is good, always do it. If you don't clean, that's when the problems start.
No, you know what happens? The thing is, after dark, the spirits come, right? They see you cleaning. They see you cleaning, and they're like, let me help you with that. And they show up. And then they show up, they're like, bro, you're doing it wrong, right?
So I think I realized a lot of superstitions, they use spirits as this force of bad stuff. Because I know my mom wanted this flower, my dad wanted this flower for our garden.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, are you crazy? That one attracts ghosts.
Okay, but the ghosts, it's just kind of funny because when you think about it, the logic, you can't clean after, or you can't cut your, let's think back to the cutting hairs or nail after dark, right? Because it'll attract spirits. What's the process? If I was a ghost, do I want to go to a house where there's a bunch of clipped nails on the floor or hair trimmed? I don't, what is it happening?
Where does it come?
Are you is it you're removing things from your body and now they want to come in, they're like, oh, she looks fresh. That's a nice cut. Was that nice cut?
Nice cut. I like a cut G.
Yeah, the Girl Scouts. I like a cut G. Gets it.
I mean, to be fair, if you sneeze, you're said to be more open to spirits. So that's why people say bless you. Yeah, no, that's why people say bless you when you sneeze.
Really?
That's the reason, yeah.
Oh.
It's you sneeze, something's leaving you, so something else might come in.
So I think the moral of the story is just don't look good after dark.
Don't look good after dark.
Because then the ghost could be like, a person looks good, right? Let's step in there for tonight.
Slip in there, that sounds weird, but yeah.
Step in there.
Oh, step in there.
Step in there.
Okay. It reminded me of what's that movie called? That parody scary movie?
No, I'm not
sure.
You
didn't like that movie because it was really,
weird?
The jokes were really
Oh, was it the haunted, scary, no,
it was
scary stories?
Scary movie. It was scary movie. There's a whole bunch of them. It was Scary Movie 1, 2.
Dumb movie.
If the viewers will know what I'm talking about. Scary Movie, I think 2. The
Oh,
scene
so
with the-
stupid. Oh yeah, I don't.
You've seen it.
It's dumb. It's so dumb.
The ghost, and anyways, don't worry about it.
Anyways, okay, so our next one. Oh, this was so weird. I've never heard this one before, actually.
Okay.
So this is a superstition that if you eat twin fruits, you give birth to twins.
What are twin fruits?
I don't know, like
Wait,
twin fruits. Do I have to search this up?
I think
what
so.
are twin fruits?
Like cherries?
Like, oh, maybe like two things that come in
But
two.
I can only think of cherries for that. What other fruit comes in twins? Right?
I thought this was like an actual. I don't eat enough fruit. So when I read this, I'm like, maybe there's something called a twin fruit. Like, who knows? Oh, okay. So twin fruits. Okay, yeah, you're right. It's like two fruits that are kind of like stuck together, like conjoined twins.
Okay.
But conjoined fruit.
Interesting. But cherries don't have to be conjoined?
Right. It could be like two cherries like that, or it could be like two, like two oranges, two cucumbers stuck together, two bananas.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
That's two apples.
Interesting.
So that makes sense. That's just like a...
So you're telling me if I want twins in the future, I just gotta find twin fruits.
Well, good luck. I haven't seen many of those. They're
these
pretty
days,
rare.
I think it's possible to grow them. I feel like
Like on
nowadays
purpose.
people who are like growing vegetables in the gardens, they're so mutant. My dad's growing zucchinis, and I swear to God, I don't know how many zucchinis we've grown. I think it's been probably 20.
Yeah.
Each of them that's come, this big.
Okay, stop.
I'm not joking.
Stop the cap.
No, I'm not
Stop
joking.
the cap.
I'm not joking. Literally this big, this thick. Like, it's big. We give it to
What
our
is it,
neighbors.
watermelon?
We give it to our neighbors. It's like, what's wrong with your vegetable garden?
Apparently the big ones don't taste as good.
I don't know.
Small ones taste...
Yesterday he pulled out a jalapeno.
I was hoping you would notice that and see the edit later on.
My point is, you maybe can grow twin fruits. Anything's possible.
We should start that as a business.
Business, yeah. You want twins? You want twins?
Twinfruits.com. Well, actually, do people want twins? I thought twins were kind of like they just happen. You don't like try for them.
You get them done in one shot.
Both of them. Mm-hmm. But like, would you rather deal with two annoying babies at the same time, or one annoying baby and then have some time to recover, and then the second annoying baby?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, twin fruits, I definitely have not heard about that one.
This one, applicable to you.
Okay.
So before I even say it, I want Bhavya to
Yes.
look at the camera. Turn to the right. Okay, turn to the left. Okay, get a good look at his hair.
Oh, no.
The superstition says, if you pluck white hairs, you will get more. Look at this guy's head, filled with white hair.
Can they see it? Like at this?
Maybe, I think if we zoomed in enough.
We'll do like a additional photo shoot of
Yeah.
just my white hair.
But
It's just mostly on the sides here, and I have one long one up here.
it's crazy. I've heard this, and I believe in it.
I don't believe it.
If you pluck white hair, you'll get like more white hair growing.
It doesn't make sense though.
Like, why would you even pluck white hair in the first place?
To get rid of it.
Just color it. Just dye it. Why? From a girl who's already like dealing with thin hair and falling hair, I'm trying to preserve every single strand I got.
Thin hair. Look at the beautiful hair, right?
No.
Let her know in the comments. The beautiful hair right here.
No, but the thing.
Queen.
But the point is, like, okay, like, why? Like, if you look at your head, you seem like a person. I guarantee you probably plucked white hair when you were younger.
No, I never did that.
Really?
I never. I'm just not blessed genetically. Not in the sense that my dad doesn't have good genetics, but in the sense that...
Your uncle.
No, okay, here's a story. I got scammed genetically. My dad, he's shorter than my uncle, and he has good hair. My uncle is tall, but he has a lot of white hair. My brother, tall, great hair. Me,
Short.
you can fill the blanks. You can fill the blanks.
Yeah.
I got the short end of the stick.
But you know what?
The short, hairy end of the stick. That's what I got. Anyways.
Well, the point is, you don't want to pluck white hair. And some people, like, they find it fun. I've heard of people, like, sitting down and they just, like, enjoy plucking white hair.
That makes
or, like,
sense.
plucking other people's white hair. Like, no.
It's like removing blackheads. I can see that.
Ew. Why would you do that?
I'm not going to do it, but I want to see proof why it actually causes more white hair to grow, because I don't see the connection there at all. It's like that idea of if you shave, your hair grows back thicker. That's just not true.
Yeah, well, I don't know. This one's a really funny one.
Okay.
Okay, first of all, we didn't start off this podcast like this. I was thinking about we should. This is a judgment-free podcast.
Yeah, no judgment.
No judgment.
Except when we do it.
Yes. What do
To
you mean?
ourselves.
To ourselves.
To
We judge
ourselves.
ourselves,
Yes.
but not you guys. So this is very judgment-free. This is hilarious. Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Had to keep a bag of burnt ash from the temple in my car. Cops pulled me over and I had a very long conversation about what this baggie of white powder had. My first question is, why'd you get pulled over in the first place?
Driving crazy.
Yeah, like, if I had a bag of, okay, I don't even know why you have a bag of, okay, again, no judgment. It could be your dada, right?
Yeah.
It could be your cat. Like, we don't know who it is. So,
Did you
sorry.
say it was cremation result?
I don't know. It's just burnt ash. Yeah, it could just be like babuti, right? Like babuti is ash, isn't it?
But how much are you burning to have like a bag full of it?
Wait, I didn't even think it couldn't. Maybe it's not even a human. But regardless, right?
Well, if it is a human, I want to be very respectful.
Yeah.
Sorry for your loss.
Exactly. But, you know, if I had a bag of ash in my car, I'm not going to drive recklessly to get pulled over. Unless it was because of like racism and they see brown guy, brown girl, or whoever it is.
Maybe this poor person is being profiled and we're just laughing at them. But maybe
Again,
they're a bad driver too.
Maybe they're a bad driver too, right? So first of all, like, you know, if I have something that's questionable in the car, I'm gonna drive extra carefully. But I really, whoever this is, this person sent it through Instagram, whoever this is, I really want to know how that conversation went.
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine how you're like, officer, I'm sorry, but this is a bag of ash. Like, can you imagine? Let's say it is human cremation, again, no judgment. But like how do you prove it? Like, what if the officer, like, you know,
To be fair, like you can kind of
smelled
tell.
it.
I'm pretty sure ash has like a very distinct consistency. It's like very fine.
Yeah, but you put 2 and 2, right? You see brown person, you see a bag with powder. Sometimes they're not going to use their logic. They'll be like, drugs.
I want to see how this interaction went. I
That's
need to know
hil-
more about this. Like this story needs a follow up. I want to know what happened.
That's hilarious. Well, again, with superstition, there must be some reason. I've never heard of.
Wait, what's the superstition here?
I'm not sure. Maybe it could be like maybe the superstition was they had to keep the ash in their car.
Okay.
You never know, right? But again, when I read this, my first thought was, why'd you get pulled over, right? And then secondly, how did the conversation went? But that's kind of funny. I feel bad for whoever this was because I can imagine that was probably a bit of a, you got to be careful.
Yeah.
But
I need follow up answers.
That's hilarious though.
About the white powder story, my parents order flour from India for some reason. Like I'm like, can you really tell the difference? Is it really that much of a difference? And it comes in like the most drug-like assembly you can think of. Cardboard box, taped up, battered, individually, like literally kilogram bags of flour, white powder.
And no label?
No labels. And it's a miracle it gets through customs at all. So I'm like, my parents like,
can you imagine someone's
lucky.
like, do you want me to prove it to you? I can make a roti right now.
Eat it.
So be like, wait, give me a second. Let me make the atta and then you can,
No, I don't know why they order from India. Maybe like, I can't blame them for it because it's like, teach their own, right?
All right, next superstition. I've heard this somewhere. I've never followed this, but if you sleep with onions in your feet, it gets rid of your cough. You're gonna have stinky feet.
Wait, onions like in your shoes or something? Or
like, I think people tape it on their feet or something. I don't know. I've heard this. I've heard something about this where if you sleep with onions, well, this person were in your feet, so obviously you're not putting it in your feet.
But attach your
maybe
feet
attach your feet somehow. It'll get rid of your cough. Like,
we gotta test some of these. This is an easy enough thing to test.
That's crazy. I've heard of it like vaguely, but I haven't heard someone firsthand trying it.
I think onions in general are like pretty powerful plants. Because you've seen the movie Holes, right? Or you've read the book Holes?
No.
No?
No.
Stanley Yelnuts?
No, I've heard of it. I've seen the book cover and everything. I've just never read it.
You've seen the book cover. You won't get the onion thing though, but for the people that have seen it, actually I don't want to spoil it because it's actually a really good book/movie.
Okay.
But like onions are very powerful in that book. So I could see why it.
Wouldn't your feet smell bad?
Well, would you rather have smelly feet or a cough? I'd go for the smelly feet because I hate coughs. I hate being sick. Well, who likes being sick?
It's
right?
it's like when like your parents come and they like aggressively like rub Vicks all over your chest.
I like.
They'll
Vicks.
they'll like cup. They'll put their whole hand in your like shirt, right? And then your dad will be sitting at the end and he's gonna grab your foot and he's gonna start rubbing it and you're gonna start giggling.
You got that?
Yeah.
You got both parents working at the same time?
Yeah.
Man.
When I get sick.
It's like a family project.
It is a family project. But that's interesting. Sleeping with onions in your feet. Get rid. I wonder if somebody actually. This person could have just heard of it but not tried it.
We
but like I don't think
you have to try it. I'm definitely gonna try it, but you have to try it as well because I want to see how. First of all, I just want the idea of you sleeping with onions on your feet. I want to see what that looks like.
Okay, the next one. Not buying shoes on Saturday. I guess it's bad luck.
Never heard of that.
I've never heard of that either. It kind of sucks, but like I guess it's not as bad. It would be worse if it was like you can't buy your shoes on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday.
Honestly, this thing, I've noticed there's like a big embargo in DESI culture about doing certain things on certain days. Like most cultures, it's like we don't work on Sunday. Reasonable enough, 1 day a week. But for DESI culture, it's like, all right, Saturdays, no shoes. Tuesdays, Thursdays, no eggs. Wednesdays, Mondays, you can't wash your hair. Like these are legit things. Like when's the
Lifestyle changes.
When's the washing hair embargo?
Mine's Thursdays.
Mine's Thursday. It's like everybody has their own different embargo days.
The washing hair thing for me is if I wash my hair, I'm not as a girl with a brother. If you ever, it only works if you're a girl with a brother. Very specific.
Subclause, yeah.
Not like a boy with a brother or a girl with a sister. If you're a girl with a brother, at least in my family, I was told I'm not allowed to wash my hair on Thursdays. And I was really upset. And the reason was because if you do, something bad will happen to your brother. And as much as, as a girl, you want to have like your wash days, like your hair wash days, and you want to have that like flexibility. Like, right, if let's say I miss Wednesday and my hair's oily, then I have to go through a full day of like disgusting hair and wait till Friday. And like I want to break it, but then every time, because of this whole like reasoning, as a kid, I was like, oh my God, if I wash my hair on Thursday, what if something happens to my brother? So then it's just like you can't. And then when my cousin's sister came, she was like apparently like, oh, what? She's like, you don't wash your hair on Thursdays. She's like, you're not supposed to wash your hair on Thursdays and Saturday. I'm like, girl,
shut up.
shut up. I'm like, don't say anything to my mom. I'm like, I don't want another day added to this.
I don't know where all this started from, but it literally is like limiting your options for everything. Literally everything.
Oh man. All right. You ready?
Another one? Okay,
yeah.
let's go.
This person sent 3, so we'll read it one at a time. Okay. So like the first one is
in order. Like, is
I'll just put it. No, they're not stories. They're just like little statements.
Okay.
One is the whole concept of dahi and chini, so yogurt and sugar. I love that. This is my favorite superstition because it tastes so good, so good. So the whole superstition is that if you're going out of the house for something like an important exam, a job interview, right, something that you need luck for, your mom will bring in like a little dahi, mix a lot of sugar in it, mix it up, and then you have to eat a spoon of miti, like sweet yogurt. And it's so good.
I've never tried that.
You never tried?
Never, no.
Oh my God, I would misuse that superstition. I'm like, Mommy, I have an exam today. She's like, oh, good luck. I'm like, aren't you forgetting?
It's like, good luck. That's it?
Yeah, I'm like, dahi chini kite hai? Right, where is the dahi chini? And then she'll bring it. And I'll be like, she'll give me like a spoon. I'm like, I think, I need extra. Maybe give me like 2 more spoons.
This is a tough exam.
Yeah.
I need a bit more luck.
It's really good. So I appreciate that superstition. I don't follow it anymore actually. But as a kid, that was like my like sweet treat before I left the house.
It's like frozen yogurt.
Yeah. It's good. It tastes good though. Like it's like you get that little crunch of the sugar and then like the yogurt.
Oh, you don't actually wait for it to dissolve?
No, we just mix it up real quick.
Yogurt's gonna be cold, you're right, yeah.
Yeah. So it's a nice one. I like that superstition. That is how superstitions should be, right? Like it should be like, hey, like Thursdays you have to eat ice cream. Like why are there no superstitions like that? Or like every Saturday you have to buy something for yourself.
I think don't give them any ideas because the way companies are like marketing nowadays, they will 100% start that.
Or like if you don't buy like what would it be like? What am I thinking? If you don't get your nails done at least once a month, someone's gonna die. Like things like that, right? Like
again,
where are those superstitions?
In this capitalist age we're living in, don't give the companies any ideas. They will, without like a doubt, start a TikTok trend where it's like nail week or like nail day, or else your family dies.
Well, anyways, the next
You
one.
just want something nice.
The next one is ek rupee ka shagun. So a shagun of $1, pretty much.
Shagun is like donation. What does shagun mean?
Shagun means like a gift. So if you're going to someone's wedding and you're giving them, let's say, $100, you
Oh, yeah,
can't give
yeah.
them $100. You have to give them $101.
Yes, no, my family follows that.
It's so random. Like, I don't understand it.
I don't know what the idea behind it is, but I actually like it because it adds a bit of like flavor to your. Because like first of all, giving money is pretty common in a lot of cultures, but that extra dollar just makes it seem a bit more personal. Because anybody can give like a $100 bill in an envelope.
Yeah, I wonder if other cultures follow that. Because I know Desi culture, so Indian, Pakistani, like just South Asian culture, I think they follow that where they add the extra dollar. It's like it's just so random. Like you can be giving someone $1,000 and you'd be like 1,001.
One, yeah, and it only works up. You can't be like 999 or like.
No, you have to give an extra dollar.
Yeah,
and it has to be like a proper like tens kind of like. Yeah, it can't be like $178 and $1. It has to be like
tens.
Yeah, tens, like $171. But
yeah,
it's interesting. I feel like this is where all the loonies, we run out of loonies in the house because I'm always running to my piggy bank to get the loonies.
Yeah.
But
important question. If you're e-transferring, do you still do that?
Mm-hmm.
An extra dollar even for the e-transfer?
Yeah.
See, that doesn't feel as good
Only
anymore.
for like a gift though, but not like random. If I'm paying someone, I'm not gonna give them an extra
e-transfer as a gift?
If you were to.
If you were to.
Yeah.
I don't think so. No tipping on e-transfer.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel the same.
I guess.
The whole the extra loony is what makes it special for me. Because it's like jiggling around in the envelope.
I know, but then you get scared it's gonna fall out, and then the person's not gonna see it, and they'll be like, "How dare they give me $100 and not the $1?"
Yeah, because $100 without the extra dollar is pretty much negative. Like you pretty much took money for them.
Yeah,
at that point.
they get offended. Some people actually get offended. They're like, "Wow."
It's like, what's this? 100? Pooh.
Okay, this one. I've never heard of this one. It's kind of funny. If you forget something in your house, you get back in the house to get it. You have to sit for 2 minutes, and then only you can leave.
No,
man, that's insane. Can you imagine you're running?
We'd never get anywhere.
Can you imagine you forget something? You're running late, right? Like let's say I'll pretend like I forgot. Let's say I forgot my phone. I go in the house. My parents are out in the car waiting for me to get in, waiting for me to get back out. I go in the house, see my phone on the counter. I grab it and I just sit down. I'm like, all right.
All calm.
All right.
Or relaxed.
I'm like looking at the time. 2 minutes. Leave. Then I realize I forgot something else. Comes back.
You never make any classes. You never. It just I never heard that one before. I think it's very inefficient.
That's insane. If somebody follows that, I feel very sorry for you because unless you're really good, maybe this superstitions help them make sure they don't forget anything when they leave the house. But like I've left things in the house, and I can't imagine me going in, especially when I have an 8 a.m. class, running, grabbing something, and having to sit for 2 minutes. I'd go insane.
Yeah. What's the consequence again?
There's no. It's probably like bad luck.
No consequence. Oh,
it's probably bad luck.
We can't just assume that. Like, if you have a superstition, you gotta lay out the consequences very clear. It's got to be like if you don't wait for 2 minutes, your leg's gonna fall off, something like that.
I don't know. Some people just don't give you consequences, so it's kind of
lame.
But whatever. Like you know that it probably means something's
bad. I see Reddit being opened up, so it's this where we have even more superstitions.
These are the juicy ones too. Okay, this one's a long one, so I'll read it out loud.
Go.
So, I don't know who created this dumb superstition, but apparently you are not supposed to eat or drink during a solar eclipse. So here I was at my grandparents' place during a solar eclipse. The doctor on the Indian spiritual TV program is saying don't eat or drink. The family elders are saying not to eat or drink. Me, being the skeptic and also hungry AF, proceeded to walk to the kitchen, grab a plate, place 5 idlis on it, and then drown them in homemade spicy fish curry. I then sat at the table and ate like I haven't eaten in days. Nothing in this goddamn universe can keep me away from a plate of homemade idli and fish curry. As you should. As you should.
What counts as the eclipse? Like, is he talking like
A solar eclipse.
like the day of the eclipse, like the entire day?
I think
or
like in the
the
during
2
the
minutes?
maybe the 2 minutes.
Because this
You
guy
know what?
couldn't wait
But,
2 minutes. Like,
Like,
like how hungry is he, man?
well, man, girl, I don't know who this is, but like,
oh, it could be. Yeah.
if you're hungry, you're hungry, right? If I'm hungry, I would have done the same thing. You know,
Solar eclipses don't last that long.
good
dog.
for you. Well, okay, also the spiritual doctor on the TV when I was reading this, I was like, it must have been Prem Jyotish. My man Prem Jyotish sitting there, and he was like, so no, solar eclipse, during solar eclipse, kuch nahi khana.
Yes.
No water, no breathing, no eating. What does that mean? No khana, no breathing, no eating, no going in, no staying out. Prem Jyotish out here spitting facts.
I want to have him on the podcast.
Yeah.
I want to talk to him one-on-one.
It must have been
or
Prem
2-on-1.
Jyotish. Prem Jyotish sitting
He's the
there.
only guy.
Like, yeah, he's the only guy. So you just remember all his ads, right?
You know, Baba Ramdev doesn't do that like spiritual stuff. He just does the yoga stuff, right?
No, he does his like little breathing exercises. But
Prem Jyotish, man, how do you get? He's probably like rich, man. Like he's everywhere. He's been everywhere for a while.
But the fact that he's able to brownwash like our grandparents or parents, well, maybe not some newer generations of parents,
yeah,
but like not eating during, okay, let's say it wasn't during the 2 minutes and it was like the day of the solar eclipse.
No, that's too much. That's too much. He's probably eating like buckets full of like whatever he has, and then
I love
telling everybody else not
the
to
whole
eat.
like 5 Italy's fish curry. And you know what's funnier? You could have been eating like proper meals every time, like 3 times a day or whatever, having your snacks in between. But the second someone tells you not to eat,
You want to eat.
you're gonna eat like you haven't eaten in a week.
Yeah.
I've done that, right? If someone, if your parents or somebody else that you know is just saying BS, they're like, you can't eat, because you know
Whatever reason.
the Baba said you can't eat, or like
Like,
outside
Screw the Baba.
the moons are not aligned, we can't eat, or like there's a solar eclipse, you're gonna be like grabbing every single food. Your mom's gonna be staring at you. She's gonna be like, I literally fed you this morning.
So I
You're like,
don't care.
I'm eating like crazy.
I respect the hustle if he's doing it to piss off the.
He or she, yeah.
I keep assuming he because I'm imagining like this dude just nomming everything. But you're right. It could be a she. I respect the hustle if it's just to piss off the Prem Jyotish or whatever.
Yeah.
Or to piss off the parents that are believing in him.
Yeah, I wonder if this person like ate in front of their parents.
As a show of dominance.
That's insane, especially in a brown household. So I doubt it. If this person ate separately and then they came in front of their parents and like their family and they pretended like they didn't eat, this is straight out of Rabne Banadi Jodi when he has like Golgappa challenge, comes home, finally like has to eat and he's full. Imagine this person ate the 5 Italy and fish curry.
And had to eat again after the
and then
eclipse is over.
after the eclipse is over, parents are like, all right, let's eat. And they're like, oh, well,
not hungry all of a sudden.
I'm not hungry that much anymore.
I haven't heard that one. That's a pretty good one.
So this next one is like a variation of the cutting nails one, which is interesting. So this person says, you can't cut your nails at night because it will land in God's food.
God eats? God's gotta eat? What is this, Percy Jackson? You gotta scrape some of your food?
Like, what? You cut your nails
There's so many questions.
and it lands in God's food.
So, like, this is at night, you can't cut your nails?
Yeah.
Okay.
So God only eats at night as well.
We established that.
God is nocturnal.
Nocturnal. Honestly, vibe.
Again, no judgment.
No
but
judgment.
like, nails are gonna fall in. What is this teleportation like technology here?
Well, it also could mean that God's food is underneath you. Like, that's where he keeps his stuff. That's where the fridge is.
Right.
Makes sense, right?
Under your hands.
Underground is cooler. So maybe like the floor. No, we're thinking this too much.
You know, I think the lesson is just don't cut your nails
Just
at
don't
night.
cut.
Just leave it. Just wait till the
Just don't
morning.
cut your nails at all.
Just don't cut your nails. Let them grow. Oh man, this one terrible.
Oh no.
Terrible for me.
Oh.
I follow this. So, can't leave the house right after you sneeze. You have to wait a minute or two.
What's with this waiting before you leave the house?
So, have you never heard this one?
No.
My family believes this so much, even till now. And it sucks being a girl who has allergies, seasonal allergies, and I'm sneezing like 10 times every time I sneeze. When I need to leave the house before like, I don't know, going to school or something, if I sneeze and my mom hears me, she'll stop me and she's like, you can't leave. So the whole thing is you can't leave we do it like you can't leave for 5 minutes, but if you need to leave, you have to put something sweet in that person's mouth.
Oh yeah, that's
so
good
she'll
then.
like bring like a little, I don't know, something sweet and put it in my mouth and then I can leave. So it's like the cheat
So this
Like
works
a
for you.
loophole.
This
Yeah,
works out
I know,
for
but
you.
it's kind of annoying. Like every time you sneeze, you can't leave.
Like,
go outside.
does it gum count?
Yeah.
Okay. So you
Yeah.
just like sneeze, gum, head out.
Yeah, but like,
Go through a lot of gum though.
right? Like, and it's kind of annoying.
You know, hear me out though. I'm pitching an app idea. I don't know what it's gonna be called, but basically, it'll detect when somebody sneezes in the house and then lock all the doors for 2 minutes right after.
No, but it's only if the person leaving sneezes, not if any other random person in the house
Well,
sneezes.
be safe.
Be safe, just in case. You know, extra protection.
I feel like some brown aunties would definitely sign up for this app.
Maybe. Okay. This next one's interesting. I've never heard this. So, if you have the dark spots on your tongue, be careful what you say because it will come true. They translate it to cold tongue, but it's just melanin.
Dark spots on your tongue?
I guess maybe some people could have like dark spots, like melanin,
Really?
like accumulation possibly.
I've never seen that for anybody.
I've never seen that either, but I guess it's like, with the superstitions, like if you have it, whatever you say out of your mouth, it'll come true. Yo, if you have dark spots in your tongue, start saying that you're gonna win the lottery. Like at that
Use
point,
these superstitions against it.
yeah, why?
To your advantage.
This
yeah.
doesn't sound like a bad thing to me.
I mean, it's a lot of pressure though, because if you have the dark spots and then everybody believes what you're going to say is going to come true, I mean, you're going to be getting a lot of requests.
Yeah, but like, you know, you can just be like, as soon as you see a dark spot on your tongue, you're like, I'm gonna win $10 million tomorrow. I'm gonna win $10 million tomorrow.
Even better, just start charging for your services. It's like, do you want to win $10 million tomorrow? I'll make it happen.
Yeah, like I just have to say it. I just gotta say it.
I want to first of all see if anybody actually has like, I've never met somebody, so it'd be cool to just.
With dark spots on their
I
tongue.
mean, I don't want to sound like, that's kind of creepy. It's like, you have dark spots on your tongue, let me see them, let me see them. I just haven't seen that medically at all.
Yeah, interesting though.
I'll look up a picture. I mean,
Yeah, maybe.
can you look one right now?
Not now. Later.
I'm kind of curious. Like, is it like this polka dots, or is it like?
It could be just like a dark pigmentation spot on your tongue.
Maybe. Okay.
But yeah, I really don't want to see it right now. Okay. So this next one, can I have wet hair under a tree, or you will get possessed by evil spirits?
The spirits are back at it again. This time they want your hair. So wet hair.
Wet hair under a tree. First of all, why are you under a tree? I guess if it was like raining.
Okay, what I'm thinking is that these superstitions probably came from somewhere, and it probably came from old times when it actually mattered.
Mm-hmm.
If like maybe it's like to prevent disease or something.
Yeah, I mean, if you have wet hair and you're outside and it's cold, I'm thinking Canadian, right? Like Canadian.
Yeah, I don't think it counts.
So, but like still, like if it's cold, you're gonna get sick. But under a tree, then.
Like just think of like ancient people ideas. Like what
So
could
there's
happen
avoiding trees as they walk by.
No, like if they have wet hair, like maybe there's a higher chance of getting a disease if your hair is wet. If your hair is wet and you're under a tree, maybe you're gonna sleep. So they're trying to, because like it can come from all different directions,
maybe
right?
the spirits just have weird like
Kinks.
kinks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're like wet
Wet hair?
hair and under a tree. Jello. Huh? Like maybe maybe they're like, wet hair. Give us a good blowout after we possess them. They're like nicely fresh. It's all about being fresh.
I think so.
It's all about being fresh.
We've had connection. Spirits like fresh people.
So you know what? You got to be messy. You got to
Gotta
have hygiene goes down the drain.
And then you won't be possessed.
Yeah. They'll be like, chi, what badbu? Not him. She washed her hair and she's under a tree. They're just chilling at the tree. That's like their hot spot. That's probably why. Man, that's crazy.
Again, a new one I haven't heard before.
Yeah, it's interesting.
A lot of good ones.
Well, someone responded to this and said, I heard that don't wear any perfume or fragrance under a tree at night. Or maybe it was don't whistle outside under a tree. Or something about doing something under a tree. And someone said, I heard having open hair outside or under trees can get you possessed. So the lesson here is just don't go under trees.
Don't go under trees.
Stay out.
The whistling at night thing I've heard before. I don't know what the reason for that is, but apparently that's a thing. So yeah, trees, avoid. Being fresh, avoid.
Yes. So we don't want trees. You have trees in your backyard or your front yard.
Cut them down. Cut them down. It's over.
No more trees. All that green sustainability out of the window. Maybe the conservatives. Let's be real. Maybe all those conservative political parties made these superstitions up. Fed it into the brown people's heads. Be like, guys, trees are terrible for you.
I'm thinking about these spirits actually. The spirit angle is more interesting because are these bad spirits? Like it's implied that they're bad spirits, but what if they're like family members or something? Because there's also a lot of superstitions about like, family member spirits and things you got to do to appease them.
You know, like
the whole like in Mexico, like Day of the Dead.
I don't know. Oh, it is what it is. Well, this is a non-spirit one, I think. So if a black cat crosses your path, you'll have bad luck or worse. Very ominous.
Just drop dead.
Well, yeah, maybe. Black cat crossing the path. I've experienced that. One time I was driving and a cat ran across the road. And then I stopped the car and I really sat there and nobody was behind me and I sat there and I thought, I'm like, do I go forward or should I turn around? And then I just thought, well, you know what? Life can't go worse than this. Maybe I'll reverse my bad luck right now.
Is the thing you can't cross the path of a black cat?
Yeah, if a cat crosses you in front of you, you don't want to cross. You don't want to go past that line.
I thought it was just like you're done. I thought it was like cat crosses. Bad luck.
I think it's
started.
like you don't want to pass it. Like if I see it, you'll just turn around and go another way.
Isn't it because they thought it was like witches? Like witches.
Yeah,
were
this probably
black
came.
cats?
I think this is a common thing, not just like Indian people or Desi people. This is a lot of cultures believe this.
The black cat thing, yeah.
But black cats are kind of cute. Imagine having a black cat as a pet though. You can't walk anywhere in the house.
It's like oh no. Why?
Black cat starts walking around you in a circle.
It's like that's it. I guess I'll die here.
Yeah. Could be like, I'm done. So just don't get a black cat.
They are cute though.
But they're cute. They're pretty. So I just, why a black cat? This is racist.
That's racist.
That is racist.
I mean,
why not? Why not a polka dot cat or like a cat with stripes?
White cats at all?
Yeah, white cats. Why can't it be
it's been
a skunk? I feel like skunks would make sense.
Skunks make sense. So
if they cross your path, you don't want to go there.
Yeah, no, skunks make sense.
I think I propose we change the superstition to if a skunk crosses your path, it's bad luck. Yeah. Turn around. Go the other way.
I like that. I think we should amend a lot of these superstitions. Update them.
Exactly. So, one that I'll never understand. Women are impure when they are menstruating.
Oh boy.
I
have something to say about this, but I'll let you go first.
Oh boy. I find that absolutely absurd. So I have a story about that. There's an auntie I know, and so nowadays, girls, we're gonna be very open here in this podcast. Nowadays, girls, young girls, they're starting their menstrual cycle and their puberty hits earlier. They started grade 3, grade 4. I know this
biologically they're starting earlier.
Yeah.
Is there a reason for that?
I think scientifically, yes, there are studies because of the chemicals. We can get into that, but chemicals and foods and everything, it's starting earlier.
It's actually happening. It's not like a psychological.
No, it's not a psychological. They start their menstrual cycle grade 3, which is earlier than what I'm used to and earlier than what our parents are used to and things like that. So I know this auntie, and this is common, I think, in South Indian culture because she's South Indian, and what they believe is I remember what she told me, every time her daughter is on her menstrual cycle, she's not allowed to touch her mom. Her mom will be like, don't touch me.
Wow.
And the daughter. And I can understand if you're older, maybe you can make that work. But imagine you're a poor little grade 3 kid, grade 4 kid, grade 5 kid.
You don't understand.
And the girl, especially when they start their cycle the very first time when they're a child, and then your mom was like, get your hands off me, right?
Yeah, that'd be traumatic.
That's terrible. I think that's really sad.
It is, yeah.
So and I've heard this thing, and it's because they believe the girl is impure during that time, so they don't want to touch her because they're also praying. They're doing their puja every morning in their house temple or at the mandir, so they're not allowed to touch them. For me, for instance, when our family used to have a habit of going to the temple every Monday, if I was on my menstrual cycle, I wasn't allowed to touch any of the statues.
Yeah.
And they're it's because you're impure.
It's very bad for your self-esteem as well.
Yeah, why
I didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, why is it considered impure? So I think that's a really dumb superstition. What did you do?
I was gonna say part of the reason why I think it exists. I'm interested in the roots of these things.
I think a man created the superstition, 100%.
Well, no, I don't know for sure, but I think one reason why it even exists in the first place is because you got to think about from back in the day perspective, way back in the day when they didn't have all the hygiene products and there would be blood. I'm not trying to justify this. I'm trying to bring some context to it. So it's way back in the day, when being like menstruating meant to actually like, bleeding everywhere. I'm sure they like had like they used rags and stuff to actually like stop the flow.
They used rags, but actually it was like
the same rag.
It would be the same rag,
Yeah.
so it was very unsanitary.
So like what I'm trying to say is like it's kind of everyone's their own fault, not women. I'm saying it's society's fault because they force women to use the same rag. They wouldn't let them wash.
They would wash. They would wash it.
But it'd be very taboo to like.
Yeah, because women. I know back in the day, women weren't even allowed to like sleep in their own house during their cycles.
Yeah.
So
Okay. My point was that I think it's all stems from this really bad system way back then, when they didn't properly acknowledge like menstrual cycles, and because they didn't like properly establish proper like hygiene routines and stuff, they just were like, okay, impure, just stay away from me. So what could have just been like, oh, you're bleeding every month, let's set up this proper system where you can be, fresh rags,
it's like hygiene products, right? Like you're like safe from infection, all that stuff. But
it just got labeled away as like impure. We don't want to deal with it, which is wrong.
They mixed up this with religion, which is a terrible thing.
Which is even worse, yeah.
And I don't understand this is very like, again, no judgment. And I know some people are religious and they do follow these things and it's part of their culture. So I understand and respect it. But I personally, I just don't understand why this needs to be entangled with religion. Like it just doesn't mean you're spiritually impure, because that's what they mean, not literally. Like they also mean like spiritually you're impure.
Okay, I'm gonna say, I want to make sure I'm very clear. Whenever I talk about stuff like this, I'm not trying to justify it. Yeah. I'm not trying to say this is a good thing. I'm just trying to provide some more.
No, I'll call you out if I think you're trying to justify it. Okay. Don't worry.
When the tying up a religion aspect, I think it's because, like it all comes from back in the day. Religious texts were the main way of getting information across. So if you wanted everybody in the society to do something, it's going to be in a religious text at some point. So when it comes to like the menstruation stuff, these instructions, or like like I was talking about how the system wasn't set up for, like properly set up. That improper system was entrenched inside the religious texts. Again, it's just a theory. I'm not trying to offend anybody with this one, but that's my theory, is that it starts off as like an improper system, not enough education about how to actually deal with menstruation. So they just labeled it as impure. They're like, impure, we're not dealing with that. Yeah. And then it got worse because they took that idea, put it inside religious texts, and now it becomes everyone's going to follow this one instruction manual.
Well, I hope if somebody follows it, unless you really are like stuck in it, like it's not right. This is one superstition I 100% disagree with, and I will keep my opinion like that.
I think the biggest like improvement to this would just be increased access to hygiene products. They should be a lot cheaper because they're getting pretty expensive, aren't they?
No,
what you've been telling me.
That's working. But you know what? That's a conversation. I think we're getting off topic now. Okay. The next superstition is, do not start anything on a Tuesday because it won't go well. This is insane. Tuesday out of all days. No, because what if your school starts on a Tuesday? I would, as a child or as like even a grown up, I would find ways around it. Because if my school's starting on a Tuesday, I would be like, well, Mom, we're not supposed to start anything new on Tuesdays, so I'm staying home today.
This whole year, in fact.
Yeah.
Down the drain.
Yeah.
It's over.
Don't start anything on Tuesdays. What else could you start on Tuesdays, right? What if you have a new job?
A new job? Sorry, boss.
Sorry, I can't start on Tuesday. My cultural superstitions told me not to.
Yeah.
So what else? Like,
a diet.
What if you're trying to start a relationship on a Tuesday? You tell your first date, you're like, I'm sorry, but like, Tuesday? What if you're bored on a Tuesday?
Oh, that's it.
What if you start life on a Tuesday? Done. Cancel. Cancel.
Your mom's trying to hold it in.
Your mom's just like, don't you dare get out right now. It's Tuesday.
11:59
When was I born?
PM.
I think I was born on a Friday. So I was fine.
I was born on a Saturday, I think.
Okay, yeah.
The party days.
So, if you're born on a Tuesday,
no,
you're done.
No, that's not. I thought you were implying like kill yourself.
No. Like you're born on a Tuesday, and if you're having bad luck right now,
we know why.
We know why now.
What's the there's got to be a solution to it though, like because a lot of times superstitions, like you'll hear the first part of it, but nobody talks about the second solution part.
So
of it.
that's I think these people, none of these have mentioned it because I think it's we aren't told, right? We're just told don't start anything new on a Tuesday, and then you're not allowed to ask why.
Yeah, of course.
They're like why? Like all the kids are like, but why?
Because nobody knows.
And they'll be like, because I told you.
That's like the default answers because they don't know themselves.
Oh man, that one's crazy.
That doesn't make sense to me. It's like there's got to be a reason, but it's probably just so archaic and so far back we just don't know.
Maybe as a joke when I have kids, I'm gonna tell them like, you're not allowed to start anything on a Saturday. Especially a weekend. That's where it's cruel because they want to go out or something.
Yeah.
Sorry, like you want to go Chuck E. Cheese? Can't go on Tuesdays, Saturdays because you're starting to have fun. You know, you can't go on a Saturday. Okay, next one. I heard that you shouldn't leave dirty dishes in the sink overnight or your wealth will be taken away.
Well, there's an obvious motivation for this one.
Exactly. I was like, as I was reading it, I think I see the problem and I think I see where this stemmed from. Mothers. some mom somewhere one day, right? I've never heard this. Maybe it's your mom, whoever's maybe it's your mom making it up, but like some mom one day was like, Beta, don't leave the dirty dishes in the sink. You're gonna be poor.
Yeah.
You're gonna be homeless. You're gonna be out on the streets. You're gonna have a cardboard box that you're living in, huh?
What I'm imagining would be kind of funny is like a mom took it really seriously, so she sees like dirty dishes in the sink, and just next day breaks in, like puts on like a ski mask, robs the house.
Oh, like if their kids living like in a different house.
It's like, what happened? You got robbed? Oh, are those dirty dishes in the sink?
Wait, I thought you meant like she'd break in just to clean the dirty dishes for them.
No, I'll make you poor.
Oh man,
I want to see like a movie like that.
That's crazy. I think that would be kind of funny, but sometimes you have a long day. You leave. What if you leave like one little glass in the sink? It's dirty.
No, you're done. Broke.
You're done. You're broke. The next day, lose your job.
That's it.
Right?
Does dishwasher count? Can you leave dirty dishes in the dishwasher?
Oh, that's a good point.
Loopholes.
That's a point.
Modern problems require modern solutions. No, ancient problems require modern solutions.
Oh man, that's sad. That's like a chore thing. Don't do that to us. Okay.
And making us broke, like at least be nice. Like say I'll break a leg or something.
This one. Okay, this one has a bunch, so I'll read it one at a time. Okay. So, some short and sweet ones. Bad luck to open an umbrella indoors.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't understand why.
I think it's a politeness thing because imagine like it's your house and you don't want your guest or whoever coming in and shaking their water.
But how do you fit the umbrella out the door?
No, I think. Wait, what are you imagining?
Like if you're opening the umbrella, let's say at your foyer, right? Before you head out, and you open it inside, how are you stepping out the entrance?
I don't think they mean like keep it open while you're walking out. I think they just mean don't open it indoors to clean it. Because that's how you clean it, like that's how you shake stuff off the umbrella. Do you open it?
I'll be real, I've opened umbrellas indoors now. As a kid, I wasn't allowed to.
Yeah.
As a child, teenager, growing up. Now, yeah.
Didn't work?
No, I just opened umbrellas. Nothing's happened so far. No. If you don't see me in a few days, you'll know why.
I think I'd consider opening an umbrella indoors, but that was for like an even dumber reason. I wanted to, like
prove. Sorry, say that again.
Like like Nanny McPhee or something. Like she has like that umbrella.
Yeah, I've done that. Were you trying to fly?
Yeah, I wanted to try that.
You mean like Mary Poppins?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Mary Poppins. Yeah, not Nanny McPhee. I wanted to try that umbrella thing. I don't think I could find an umbrella, which is why I didn't do it. So I tried using a garbage bag instead.
Mm-hmm. I've done that too. I think that's a canon of it. Every child has done that.
It's a good thing I didn't jump from too high, or else like.
You jump from the couches.
No, I jumped from the stairs.
Bro. I don't know about that. Wild child.
I think I did like 5 stairs, which as a child was like crazy.
Okay, the next superstition is, it is bad luck to eat 3 of anything. This was the most annoying one because 3 is usually the perfect amount of cookies, slices of pizzas, samosas, and etc. I'm still hungry after 2, god damn it.
Go 4.
Yeah.
Go 4. Decision.
It's kind of annoying, like to eat 3 of anything. Like what if, I don't know. I don't really count like how many slices of things I'm getting. If I'm hungry, I'll get however much I want.
And there is a loophole for this one. 3 slices of pizza, just take the last one, cut it in half.
Like a 2.5?
Like 2, cut the last one in half, and then now it's 4 pieces.
4.
Now it's 4.
That's smart.
Mm-hmm.
That's smart.
Some clever accounting.
Yeah, 3 of anything. Is there something that comes in 3 though? That like you just can't avoid? I feel like.
No.
I think it's 1. Yeah, I know it's annoying. You don't have 2. Exactly. Just cut it in half or have 4, right?
Nice.
Or like even if you're like, let's say after 3 you're hungry, take a bite of like the 4th one and be like, I ate 3 and 3.
Okay.
I ate 3.1.
Yeah, exactly.
I ate 3. I ate 3.1.
I never heard this one before. It just sounds like annoying as well.
Yeah, it is what it is. Now, this one. So, my mom also said, don't let people see you too happy because nazar lag jayegi, right? Okay, mom. So should I pick a fight with my husband when we're around extended family? Like, so pretty much she's saying that her mom's saying that you can't look too happy around people or else you could get nazar.
Yes.
Right? Like evil eye.
Yeah.
And then she's saying like, okay, so like when I'm out with my husband, because good for her, she probably has a very
good relationship.
Really healthy relationship. She can't seem too happy around her husband, and she's got to pick fights with him in front of people to show that we're not a happy couple, right?
So don't send your negative energy here.
So
we already have enough.
So like, I've heard this. This
is definitely.
It's not that strongly reinforced, but you know, like the noble nazar, like you can't show you're too happy. Don't post things on social media. Don't show your life is like going well. Don't tell people you got into like your whatever dream program.
This is like specifically a DESI mom thing, right? This is more like a mom thing.
Yeah.
And you know what? I kind of vibe with this one because this is mom saying, "Don't flex."
Don't flex. That's literally I think that sums it up.
I think this is it. This is the modern equivalent.
Okay, but like I think you can show your happiness, right? Like,
no, sorry.
If you're out for like a dinner, you're not gonna be like, this guy, he sucks. Like we're fighting every day, right? He never like cleans the dishes, and because of that, we're losing money. Connections, right? He cuts his nails at night, and now we have to call the exorcist in the house.
Acting all weird,
right? Now he acting all weird, right? I'm not like imagine just sitting there like dissing your partner. And you're like, I don't want nazar.
Yeah, it's like I'm doing it for us.
Yeah, I'm doing it for us, and then you go home and you're like, well, good job. It's like okay. Yeah, I get the whole like evil eye, nazar, but then there's a follow-up to this.
Okay.
So, you know, like the loophole is like she used to mark us with black eyeliner behind the ear when we were dressed up fancy for the same reason.
Yeah.
So my mom used to do that too. I don't do it anymore. Where she'd take kajal or eyeliner, and they put a little mark behind your ear, so it's kind of like your like shield.
Yeah.
It's like an invisible shield, and it just cancels every nazar.
They do that for babies too. When the babies are born, they put like the black tika on like some part of their face.
Dude.
What?
Dude, I had that. So
it's normal.
I'm half Fijian, right?
Yeah.
In Fijian culture, they take the biggest black dot on their like thumb, right? And they'll stick it right on the side of your head. I look like a daku as a child. I'm not gonna lie, because already my mom has this habit where she loved to put kajal on my eyes as a baby. And then my dad or like his family members, like whoever was Fijian, they'd come with like a humongous black circle and stick it to the side of my bald head. And there's like baby pictures, and it's just like, I'm like, why do I look like I'm about to like pull up a gun? Where's my money? Like,
I think it's like a lot of cultures have that aspect though. Like,
I think it comes from South Indian culture.
I think also like I might be wrong, but like in Asian culture, you're not supposed to call a baby beautiful.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like you're not supposed to like compliment a baby.
Oh.
I mean, what could you really
what would you say? You'd be
yeah.
like, your baby's kind of ugly.
Like you don't say they're ugly, but you just don't say they're beautiful or like say that they look nice or like.
Can't say they're cute.
I don't know about that one. Again, someone's gonna have to fact check me on this one.
Somebody picks their baby, and you're like,
nah, you can't even say nice.
You can't even say nice. You're like,
it's a baby.
Okay. Yeah.
It exists.
It exists. That sucks.
I think in general, like, there is a worldwide or kind of global idea of don't flex or else something bad will happen to you. So this is just our version of that.
But there's a solution. You put a black dot on yourself.
Of course.
And it cancels everything.
Black dots will change everything.
But what if, you know what would be amazing? So there's, in nazar, they say you have to have like a black dot behind your ear. Imagine someone has a til behind their ear. They're protected for life.
Protected for life.
That's amazing. I've heard this, I think. I swear, I feel like I've met someone like that, and we were talking about it, where she had like a til, like
right there.
A mole or something right behind her ear. And I'm like, dude,
you're
literally, you have like, you know, you got the immunity towards nazar.
Yeah.
So she could be flexing all she wants. right? It brings out all the, all the bling.
All the bling, everything.
All the bling, everything.
Never gets
Happiness,
robbed.
smiles, yeah.
Dirty dishes in the sink every night. Nothing happens.
So if you have a tail behind your ear, you're one lucky person.
Start buying lottery tickets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like you're not getting any nazar. But the nazar thing is just insane. I've heard this too many times.
To a degree, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Don't flex too much.
Yeah.
But I think a bit of flexing should be allowed.
But like at the same time, like I don't see proof of it being working. Cause I've seen people who flex a lot and they're thriving in life. Actually, maybe not. The person I'm thinking about is a mutual friend of ours.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Who flexes a lot.
Yeah,
who flexed a lot. And they're thriving, but I guess maybe not right now.
Are they though?
In certain aspects.
I mean, we can't
reveal
we can't
it.
blow up anybody's spot.
But whatever. It is. Yeah. That's fine. And then another way that you can get rid of nazar is the whole lemon and red chilies hung in your house.
Mm-hmm.
So does your family do that?
No, but I've seen it. I've seen like stickers for it.
Yeah, that's
like,
kind of funny. So my family doesn't have the real thing, but they have these like glass ornaments that have a lemon and a chili, and they hung it. I'm like, what is that?
It's like, does it still count? Is it the shape of them that matters, or is it like the actual ingredients inside?
Because like a sticker, an ornament, like what's the point? Like I thought it was supposed to be like the real thing. You want to have the real deal.
It's the swag, Like it's for the swag reasons.
At this point, like it's just
I've seen. I kind of like that aesthetic though. Like if it was actually real, I think it'd be a cool like piece to have in your house. We have to keep changing it out though. You can't like leave it up there.
But I guess you have to make effort, right?
It takes effort.
So.
Well, I mean, how much? It's a lemon. It's a chili.
A
piece of string. Like it's not that much effort.
You know what? Christmas is coming.
No mistletoe.
Decorate your tree with lemons and chilies. Can you imagine a DESI Christmas tree? That would be interesting.
We should do
Wait
that.
a second.
We should do that.
Imagine, going off topic, imagine a DESI Christmas tree and there's like your ornaments are like chumkas, like earrings. Hold on.
Okay, we're on to something.
Chumkas and then chilies and lemons. That's insane.
We have to do this. We like even like a mini Christmas tree, like for our Christmas episode.
Yeah.
We'll have like a mini Christmas tree here.
And like DESI-fied.
Yes.
That would be really cool.
What would there be instead of a star on top?
Instead of a star on top?
Is there anything like that?
a Barley G biscuit?
No.
Or like Maggi noodles packet? It's gotta be something like, like classic DESI, right? The star is like the most important part of the tree.
Biology is the most important part of the
yeah. Ras. Food. Some kind of food. Golgappa.
I'd be pretty happy with that one actually. We'll look
figure
into
it out.
We'll look into
Figure
that.
it
This
out.
is a good idea.
I like that.
DESI Christmas, because like again, Christmas is like a universal thing at this point.
Okay, but again, we're getting off topic.
Sorry, yeah.
So the next superstition, and we're getting back to the whole concept of menstrual cycles. We'll keep it short and sweet though this time.
Yeah.
Right? You don't have to justify anything.
I wasn't, whoa.
No,
I wasn't justifying any of that.
I'm just kidding.
I wasn't.
No, I'm just kidding.
But
Okay, so the superstition is that you can't water your plants while you're on your period, or your plants will die. And this is pretty much generally meaning that you're considered unclean during that time of the month. That is
again, is more bollocks.
BS. Come on, right? Water your plants. I'd say if you are on your period, water your plants more.
Why more?
To prove them wrong. Watch your plants thrive.
No, don't water them too much, because then they will actually die.
They will die. But don't avoid it. Don't imagine you have to sacrifice your plants just because you're on your cycle.
It's like
sorry,
plants about to die. But it's like, sorry, if I water, you will actually die.
Yeah. Okay, this next one says, pregnant women should be indoors during eclipses. And they also should not pass carcass displays in butcher shops to ensure a healthy delivery. I've heard the eclipse thing, that's for sure.
Okay.
Where pregnant women are not allowed to come outside or look at an eclipse because it can cause miscarriages.
Does it actually cause miscarriages?
I'm not sure, but I've heard this. And
Okay.
this is one people are very strict about.
Really? Wow.
I'm not allowed to see eclipses for some reason. I'm not even pregnant. I think it's like they think it's going to affect fertility of girls who are pregnant. That's what I've been told as a superstition. Like, don't look at it or else it's going to affect you having a baby in the future.
Yeah.
But, if you're pregnant, then you also shouldn't look at it because it can cause a miscarriage. So you pretty much, as a girl, you can only look at a solar eclipse once you know you're done having children.
Mm-hmm.
That's your form of birth control right there. Stare at an eclipse and you're not going to have kids, right? But
So
the carcass thing.
the carcass thing I was curious about. That sounds like it's just kind of like a aesthetic thing. Like, I mean, like, it's like it doesn't look good for pregnant people to be walking in front of like dead things
Could be
while
like
they're bringing life into.
Yeah, could
the
be the
world.
smell too.
The smell.
You pretty much you don't want to be surrounded by dead things.
Exactly. I think that one's kind of like a
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
conceptually it makes sense.
Yeah, that I could see.
The eclipse thing I don't get though.
Man, I don't know.
We should actually look at the reasons for all these things and see if like any of them are justifiable. Not justifiable, but like if there's any kind of logic to them.
Mm-hmm. This next person is a fellow good Jew. So maybe you will recognize.
Fellow, you're not a good Jew.
You're a fellow good Jew. I'm not a good Jew. But maybe you'll be able to relate to it. The first one is one that you already mentioned. If your shoes were upside down,
Okay.
I will die.
Whoa, we didn't. That wasn't the consequence.
Extreme. Another one that they said was close the blinds at night or the evil eye will get us.
The evil eye. That makes it sound like it's one evil eye just floating around.
No, you know what it is? It's a big boss. Because why is Big Boss literally an evil eye?
I'm sure that's like because of the superstition.
So close your blinds at night or else Big Boss is going to get you.
For us, in my house, it was pretty much close the blinds at night or else it gets colder at night because you're not insulating as much. Which
Yeah,
means,
that's like a basic classic thing.
Which means you're going to be paying more for your electricity bill, and that was enough to scare me away.
Yeah, this person wrote right after that. Sounds terrifying in Gujarati when you're 4 years old. Now as an adult, I think my mom just wanted me to wanted to get me to do chores.
Yeah.
And
100%.
of course, they're still ridiculously ingrained in me. That's
Yeah.
real.
No, I do to this day.
Yeah.
To this day, I do it.
The shoe thing.
The shoe thing, yeah.
That's insane. And then another one that they mentioned, and I follow this, is you can't step over a child or they will stop growing. You have to walk back over the way you came. Somebody step over you when you were a child?
Buddy. Buddy, I am not short.
Yeah. Are you sure?
Stop the cap.
Stop the cap. You sure about that?
Okay, I think you were the one that introduced me to this one. I didn't have this.
Yeah. So you stepped over me once.
Yeah.
And I was so angry. I'm like, step over me again, and you were confused. And
I was
I
like,
had to
what are
explain.
you talking about?
Like, you're gonna make me stop growing in height.
But how old were you?
I was in high school.
Yeah, like you were done growing anyways.
No, I could have grown more. But yeah, pretty much I follow this. I remember, so I have, I still remember this one story. There was my cousin brothers. I have twin cousin brothers, younger cousin brothers.
Yes.
I was a child, and I remember they were like, like on the floor, there was a mattress or I think like just blankets, and they were both laying on the floor. They're babies, cute little babies. Yes. And then my masi, so their mom, I think I was a child, so I didn't realize. And I was just running around, and I like jumped over them, right? I hurtled over both twins. And I remember I got in so much trouble from my masi and my mom both. And they were like, Anjali, go back over them. And that was the first time I was introduced to this thing. I didn't know what it was.
Do you have to step over them backwards, or do you just go back? Like you can turn around and go over them.
Turn around and go over them. I could do that because maybe because they were babies, they didn't want to risk me going backwards.
Yeah.
So I could have just stepped on one of them. But I had to go walk back over them, and then they explained to me that like, if you do this, they're gonna be short. They're extremely tall right now, so clearly it worked. And we reversed it. But yeah, since then it's like you're not allowed to step over a child, like someone who's growing, or else they're gonna stay short their entire life. And I make jokes with all the short people I meet in my life, and I'm like, somebody step over you when you were a kid?
And they're just confused, like, huh?
No, I do it with the DESI, like the brown
okay.
people, right? And they'll be like, maybe. So if you're short, you have some questions. You need to ask some people some questions.
Honestly, being short is not a bad thing. No judgment. No judgment.
Right.
I wouldn't know what it feels like.
But you're lucky you don't have to stand for this podcast.
I will never stand. You'll never know how tall I am.
Yeah.
The other reason I can't stand is because I'm not wearing pants.
That's not a funny joke.
I was waiting for you to look and I'd be like, why are you looking?
I know you're wearing pants. Don't give them the wrong idea.
It's like in Zoom meetings.
Yeah. Wearing like PJs, shorts, your boxers. Okay.
Right.
Next one. I'm forbidden from having a haircut or cutting my nails on Friday. Again, Friday now.
New day.
Friday. Can't do it at night.
No.
Can't do it on Friday.
No.
I can do it on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Can you do it any day?
I can do it whenever I want.
Wow.
I think my parents just want me to cut my nails. They're like, no restrictions for you. Just go ahead, keep your nails trimmed. Because I had a bad habit of biting my nails, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they'd be like, use an actual clipper.
Yeah.
So I don't do the biting thing anymore.
Yeah.
Unless I'm like really stressed. But yeah,
It
no
happens.
restrictions for me.
So this one says, same shoes thing. We won't talk about it, but the same shoes thing somebody said.
Mhm.
But the consequence they said was that if it's fallen over instead of standing up, it'll cause people to argue in the house. So I think it's something similar to what
to
you
the
had.
chaos thing, yeah.
This one says, my mom used to tell us that ghosts come out at or around dusk and will possess people who are out and about. So we should be inside.
Stop the cat.
Obviously, mummy's pulling some strings here. And she's like, how do I get them
Bending the
back?
rules a bit.
I mean, man, leave it to brown parents to know how to traumatize their children,
Yeah.
right?
And they'll show you like a scary movie right after.
Yeah,
And they'll really reinforce
especially
it.
those dumb brown horror movies are just terrible for children. Yes, because that makes total sense why your mom's gonna tell you to come home.
Mm-hmm. Is this a female posting? Do we know? Because like usually this rules are stricter for females.
I would think that this is a female.
Okay.
I would think
that
so.
makes sense, yeah.
This one's funny. So this person's superstition, it riled up some more questions from other Redditors because they're all confused, like, how did you get to this? So this one says, my mom or dad said don't sniff money because it will cause you to get less of it. And then I remember I read this too and I'm like, why were you sniffing money? Why were you smelling money? Somebody asked, do you mean smell money or seek the money? Because I've never once felt compelled to sniff cash, and I've never seen anyone do it. And I thought, yeah. This person said, no, I was sniffing. And they said, I was imitating a rapper that I watched doing it on a music video and told me to stop doing it because of that superstition. First of all, how did somebody even make a superstition? I don't think people sniff money that often.
Yeah.
So the parents were probably like, just stop doing it, you look dumb.
I think they're freestyling that one.
Yeah. The parents were like, yo, you know, what could be a name? This sounds like a guy. Let's be real. This sounds like a guy. It sounds like a boy thing to do. Like Bilu, right? Like say it's Bilu. It's like Bilu, man. Like, stop sniffing the money.
That's whack.
You're gonna get poor.
Well, how much money was he sniffing? Because if he was like,
a $5 bill.
well, that raises more questions because if he was trying to imitate what he saw on a rap video, he's gonna try getting the same amount of money as a rap video.
But aren't bills supposed to smell like mint?
Don't start. I'm curious now.
Isn't there something about like mint and bills?
Are you sure? I've never.
Something about like mint.
I'm so tempted to I have a bill in my thing right now. I want to smell it. I want to smell it.
I thought there was something like maybe the old. I think not the new ones, not the plastic ones, but I thought the old ones are supposed to smell like mint.
I don't know.
Or was that they're like printed on mint paper?
Well, money is printed at the mint.
Well, that's what I'm thinking about.
No.
I was thinking it smells like mint. I was like, there's some sort of connection between money and mint. I can't remember what it was.
The mint, where we print money and also make it smell like it.
Well, you also kind of believed me for a bit.
I did, because I was like, this sounds like the kind of dumb thing that governments might try to stop forgeries or whatever. But
no,
then, how would you like?
Why would somebody pick up money from somebody paying like cash register to a cashier and they're smelling it?
Just an additional feature. I don't know, man. Because that would also get
smelling mint smelling bills. That'd be
not a
kind of
bad
nice.
idea.
That'd be a cool idea.
It would make everything cost a ton more.
Maybe. Okay.
Sniffing money. I'm imagining in the music video that a rapper probably has an actual stack of bills, and the kid's like, "I'll make do with one."
Okay, this one. So, have to say a short prayer if you drop a book on the ground. Similar. Yes, but I know we both had the same kind of superstition. If your feet touches books.
Book or paper.
Yeah, if your feet touches book or paper, you gotta go.
Not 3 times for me, just 1 time for me.
No, I know, but it's just aggressive.
Yeah, you gotta make sure because that's a symbol of knowledge, and education in brown households is taken very seriously. Mm-hmm. So
it's vidya, right? Like vidya.
Anything that gets in the way of your education, it's no go.
So I remember, so when we were in junior high, you were very studious. Past tense.
I still am studious.
Very studious child.
I just took a break from studiousness during my undergrad, but
Bhavya was a very studious child, and I still remember. It's such a random memory, but I still remember. I think we were you were sitting in front of me or behind me in class, and it was English class, and you know, like, things are a mess, especially my things. Like, I used to have like those zip up binders, but all my pages would be like spilling out. And I had it on the ground, and it was spilling out, and I think maybe you were behind me, maybe that's why, and your foot touched it. And the most aggressive way, I had to see you like dive under the desk and do this. So I
was probably just trying to get your attention at that
point.
No.
But it was just funny, and I used to do that too. Like, if you touch this paper, you're gonna.
Yeah.
Kind of sucks, but.
I think it's okay. I think it's like it's one of those good superstitions where.
Even money though, you're not supposed to touch money with your feet.
Oh.
Have you heard that?
No.
You're not supposed to. So same thing, Vidya and Lakshmi. If you touch money with your feet, like, you have to do the same thing.
Okay. No, I haven't heard of that one.
And that one, it's like, that one's funny because you go in weddings, you know, and you're dancing, and the uncles come, and they're like, and then they throw it on the floor.
Yeah.
Or, you know, they're throwing it on the floor. So I remember dancing at, not a wedding, or a birthday party, and there's money all over the floor.
Just for like the audience that might not get it, this isn't that kind of dancing.
No. This is like, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
People are gonna think I'm like a stripper or something. No. I realize some things have to be, the context are really weird.
It's a good thing I caught that.
No, it's like a shagun, right? Like a gift
yeah.
kind of thing. But they're trying to ward off evil eye, pretty much. But like, they're throwing it on the floor, and then I remember I was dancing, and I'm trying to like dodge all the bills. I'm like, I'm gonna touch it. And yesterday I saw this reel, and I think this is like a new trending reel. And it was this guy, and there were these two people, they were getting married, guy and girl. And the guy gives her a carpet of bills. So it's like a red carpet, not red actually, but like it's a carpet. It's just bills all the way down the aisle.
Like real bills or like fake bills?
Real bills. And I was thinking, like, they weren't brown though,
okay.
Understandable. I was thinking, but like, if a brown person did this,
red flag.
You can't walk on that.
Big red carpet, red flag.
Yeah.
You could probably put that up on the wall though. I think that would look nice. And
no, this was huge. Like, this person had like a huge roll, and they went whoosh, and bills. Like.
You said this is a trend?
No, not a trend. Like, it was, the video is trending.
Okay.
It was like it's a video.
If this is a trend, people have too much money right now.
Got concerned. You're like, what?
Like, what? Okay, so the money thing, honestly, I think the money thing I don't know about is because I just never actually ended up doing it. Because like the paper thing, you're always stepping on paper as a kid. Money, it just doesn't end up happening. If I were to step on money, then I'd probably hear about it from my parents.
You're like, I didn't have enough money.
I didn't have enough money to step on. I was
all right.
Broke.
Again, talking about money. This another superstition is grabbing money with the left hand causes you to have bad fortune. I think I've heard this where, in general, I don't know about if it was money. Actually, yeah, money or like prashad, you have to have your right hand out.
Yeah. Actually, I have a story about this because the left-handed thing, again, global, it's seen as the wrong hand, like because most people are right-handed. So my mom is actually left-handed, and she was forced to learn how to become right-handed.
Oh, so she ambidextrous now?
She does. Yeah. Well, she writes with her. She can't write with her left hand anymore. She can write with her right hand, but she does some things she prefers left-handed.
Wow.
So, it was the pressure was very strong back in the day to become right-handed.
That's crazy. Well, I guess yeah. That's a one you can just suck it up and work with. Take things with the right hand.
Yeah.
But like, what if somebody loses their right hand? Like, what if somebody like has to like amputate their arm? Then what would you do?
I'm sure there's exceptions to these rules.
Exceptions?
Like, yeah.
Grab it with your mouth.
Because then it's not your left hand anymore.
That is still your left hand. It's your middle hand. It's your only hand.
Yeah.
That's true. Oh, yeah. That's, yeah.
I should become like a superstition lawyer.
Yeah.
Giving you loopholes to get around this stuff.
Okay, next one. When I was 13, we got a dog. My grandparents lived with us. My little sister and I were teaching the dog how to howl. I don't know why. And my grandparents got super upset because they believed that when a dog howls, someone is going to die. And since they were the oldest, they thought it would probably be one of them.
They're shaking their boots. They're
like, "Sada number one laga," right? Right? Dada or like Nana is like, yo, bro, why?
Chill.
Like,
why
I got a few more decades. Like, why
am I catching strays here?
It's like, I've
heard that one.
I think I've heard of it. Like, it's been a while since I've heard it.
Very vaguely. It's like nothing people take too seriously.
Yeah.
It's something your parents would say once as a kid. They'd be like, anyways, moving on.
I love that. It's just like, the grandparents are like,
They're invested.
Yo, don't howl, man. Like, I'm trying to live a few more decades.
Of course, yeah.
But, you know,
That's kind of funny though.
I understand their perspective. If I was like, you know, dadi or nani, and then I see my grandchildren, nikambe, or like, they're like trying to teach their dog how to howl. I'm like, what are you trying to do here?
Say,
like, are you trying to make me leave?
Say, why are you trying to start beef, huh?
Yeah, why are you trying to start beef? What's your problem? Okay, so we have a last one.
Oh boy. They'd probably say the best for last.
It's a really long one.
Okay.
It's a whole story, so it's gonna take me a while to read it. But I actually didn't read this one properly yet, so I don't know what to expect. But we can see what the story is like.
Let's do it.
Okay, so about half of my mom's side of the family stayed in India, in the UP after the partition, and never ended up moving to Pakistan. They had a successful business and a giant house. Havli, I believe, is what they call it.
Haveli?
Haveli. Oh, Havli. They spelled it wrong. Okay, that's such a white thing for me to do. Havli.
So I'm living in this place called Havli.
Haveli.
It's really big.
Sorry, Haveli is what I believe they call it. First of all, this already sounded like Bhul Bhulaiya.
Yeah.
Which they didn't want to give up. One of her uncles, religious and devout, read the Quran every day. Apparently, a jinn liked hearing his recitation of the Quran and decided to take residence in their house. Wow. Jinn.
Jinn is like the demon, right? In our culture?
I think jinn, this is what I'm confused. So I think this is like in Hindu culture, jinn is like genie, right?
Yeah.
We call it jinn genie.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what I've heard is in Muslim cultures, jinn is considered like it's like that. They're like the things that you tell kids to scare them at night.
Yeah, like demons, but they're not always like bad, are they? They're like tricksters, aren't they?
That's what I'm not sure. But like they have a negative connotation, and because like in Hindi, like when I hear jinn growing up, I think it positively like a genie.
Mm-hmm.
Like a jinn will give you like 3 wishes or whatever. But I think it's negative for like.
I want to find out more about that because that's a pretty important distinction.
Yeah.
So let us know.
So apparently a jinn liked hearing his recitation of the Quran and decided to take residence in their house. So the family stories are as follows. At one time, one of the sons got married. This is turning into a horror story. At one time, one of the sons got married. The newly arrived daughter-in-law didn't believe in the jinn stories. I wouldn't have either. I'm gonna be real. Younger generation educated non-believer in superstitions. Us. She apparently made fun of the jinn, and the jinn wasted her eye. Decades later, to this day, one of her eyes is made of stone. When I was a kid, we went to Pakistan for a wedding. The India side of the family came as well, and I saw it. One eye is a different color from the other. It sent chills down the spine. Ooh.
Wait, so they replaced the eye with stone, but they made it a different color?
Maybe it's like the
Is that
iris.
for a reason?
This could be like back in the day they weren't able to like match the eyes.
Right.
That's not the main part of the story, but the part is
like sending chills on. Like, is there like I'm thinking like there's some other connotation to the.
Maybe this was when they were a kid. They went and saw it.
Right.
As a child, if you see somebody with a glass eye or stone eye, you're gonna be a little creeped out.
Yeah.
Like I've been creeped out when I've seen it. But like the whole point is that they believe that the jinn wasted, or I guess maybe made her blind.
Mm-hmm.
So it says here, during the wedding festivities, they left sweets for the jinn in a room. When they came back to check on it, pieces of the sweets were gone. Okay, first of all, I want to say, you know, weddings, there's always a one...
Golu.
There's always a one chubby boy, right? A little gold-matol little rascal, right?
With the most energy somehow.
With the most energy, he's going to be crying. We literally just saw one recently. We went somewhere.
Yeah.
There was a little golu boy, and he was like, you know, he had like a dabba with sweets. He was eating it, and he was crying to his mom.
Yeah.
Right? I'll check your sources because, again, no judgment. It could be.
It could be.
Could be. I know some people leave food for like, you know, Bhagwan and
Santa Claus.
But like, you know, I also will say like maybe that's that one naughty child who's a little golu.
But why did they just take a piece? They eat the whole thing, wouldn't they?
Pieces of the sweets were gone. Oh, that's true. Because you know, if that kid would munch it up,
yeah, exactly.
the plate wouldn't even be there. His plate would be gone. The child would be like, chalo.
Unless it's like somebody else in the family that's trying to like really mess with them.
Or it could be that uncle that has sugar,
Sugar.
diabetes. You know they call it sugar.
Oh, they call it
They call it diabetes sugar.
for short. Yeah.
You know they're always trying to like sneak in a piece, trying to munch. Could be. Okay, well we're trying to justify it, but let's keep going.
Yeah.
At one point, I haven't been able to oh my god, this person uses hard words. Corroborate this,
Nice.
but there was a railway accident in UP. Everyone in the accident either died or was injured. Apparently my mom's uncle, so the one I think who was reading the Quran every day, walked away scratch-free. The local said that the jinn protected him.
Whoa.
That's insane. At one point, the same uncle saw a footprint on the staircase, about twice the size of a normal footprint. Wild. In the 80s, my mom and her siblings and a bunch of cousins all went to India to visit the family. Out of fear, they all slept in one giant room. And that's it. Like these were just like, you know, this is like a family superstition about the jinn. And
So she said she can corroborate that, or she can't corroborate the train story and all that?
the train story.
She can or can't?
Can't. Haven't been able to
Okay.
corroborate this. That's insane. You know, that's like, it's like a mix of superstition and like horror, like ghost stories.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's some people that have like interesting miracles happening.
Mm-hmm.
So that's wild. That's a pretty good story.
Like the footprint stuff and the train stuff, let's just assume that's not, because she couldn't corroborate. Was it she? Did she mention that?
I don't know if it was a he or she. You can just say they.
Yeah, they didn't mention that. So aside from that, the glass eye thing, again, it could just be like a medical condition. Maybe we're stigmatizing like a genuine medical condition, right?
Sometimes there are explanations for things, but I think, you know,
The sweet thing
sometimes
yeah.
there's things. Yeah, yeah, checking on Golu. Like, but sometimes I think there's some things that are unexplainable for some
Yeah.
people, which I understand.
Because we've definitely had some experiences that are unexplainable.
That's for another time. We'll do a little horror episode.
I'll be shivering
Sure.
I hate horror stories because like I'm not scared of animals or snakes or spiders or
You're
anything.
just scared of the supernatural.
I'm scared of the supernatural because you can't punch a ghost. You can't run away from like, you know, a curse or something. If there's a spider, you could step on it. If there's a snake, you could like.
So do you have those were all the superstitions I had from everybody who are audience members and people on the internet that wanted to share it for the podcast.
Mhm.
And I think a lot of them were really nice, really juicy.
Really good.
There are a lot I'd never heard of, and there are variations of ones that I
Yeah.
follow. After hearing all this, is there like another superstition maybe that you remember that you want to add in?
A lot of them got covered by this. Like let me think.
I think I've run out of superstitions to think of. A lot of them got
That was a
covered.
pretty exhaustive list.
But you know, I think it's like if somebody wants to get educated, like if somebody wants to know about DESI superstitions, you know, if you're not DESI, or maybe you're ABCD, American born confused DESI, and you want to kind of understand what your parents are on, you know, this is like a good video
Yeah.
to like get through it and understand every superstition and what exists, what doesn't exist.
Yeah. So most of them, I'll be honest, are pretty whack and like wrong.
Yes, I am.
In most cases.
Most of them seem it came from the Mummy Dictionary.
Mummy dictionary, yeah. 100%.
The Mummy
And
Dictionary.
then some of them are plain like not good for society, like the period stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like that's just straight up has to stop.
So some of these are problematic, but you know, I think it's like we've learned it. We've been taught these as kids, and it's so hard to break out of that cycle.
It's
Because you're like,
internalized,
yeah, it's pretty much it's been ingrained in us,
Exactly.
right?
I do have a question for
Mhm.
you. Is which superstitions would you use on your, maybe like not even your kids, like but children you have to control?
Children, you have to control.
Because you teach dance to kids, so like
Yeah.
if you had to like knowing full well that it's wrong, like it's not true.
If I had to create one,
create one or like use one you already know, but which one would you push onto your people you had to control, like kids you had to control?
I think I'll create one like screaming in the house is going to possess like spirits are going to invite spirits. In
I
the
like
house.
that one.
Because you know I absolutely cannot tolerate children screaming.
Me neither.
It's so annoying. Like you do not need to raise your voice that loud.
Mhm.
If you're having fun, yes, you can be like giggling out loud. I don't mind like raising your voice. But if you're like high pitched, like you know, like really high pitched screaming, you gotta stop.
Yeah.
You gotta stop. So maybe. But at the same time, it's wrong. It's wrong to gaslight your children
It is.
and tell them the wrong thing. So
Yeah.
I am not saying I support this.
But you would do it.
No, but If I had to, maybe. Like, I could see where moms feel like they need the need to, like, you know, pass on superstitions or like create new ones.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe like while they're children, and then when they grow up, I'll tell them it's fake instead of letting them like figure it out. Because I've never been told
Any of
this has been fake, or that, you know, like, I don't know what this is for.
Yeah.
They just kind of like let it sit with you forever. What about you?
I'm trying to think about what the flower was that my dad wanted, and my mom was like, "Are you crazy?"
No, you're right. I've heard this one though.
It has a
because
name,
I think
though.
my mom.
Rat, something with rat.
Yeah, because I think my mom, or I think when we were getting our backyard landscaped, I saw this tree or something, or some flower, and I wanted it, and I think my mom liked it, or my dad liked it too. But my mom was the one. She's like, "Yeah, we can't bring this in the house. I'll bring this in the backyard because apparently it attracts spirits."
Yeah.
So I know what you're talking about. I just don't know the name of the plant.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll figure out later.
I'll figure it
But
out.
I think
that's all the superstitions I've had. We covered so many.
that was good
a
though.
lot. That was a
I
lot.
like that. That was really fun hearing all the superstitions. And yeah, I think with thousands of years of Indian culture or Desi culture, this was bound to happen.
And they
They accumulated.
and then some of them emerged, split up, and then
There's some variations. So I think that's all for the podcast.
I'm trying to think if there's anything like any last superstitions that.
No, I think we're at.
I think we've had enough. We've had enough. Okay, I think the main thing is like if you have any superstitions that we missed, unlikely.
Yeah, if there, I feel like if there are more though, we could easily do a superstition episode part two.
Because like this is like focused on South Asian, but I'm sure when it comes to the entire world,
there's
gonna
more.
Be a lot more.
Yeah, I've been trying to ask like my friends if they know, like, for instance, Chinese superstitions, and I'm sure there are a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So any kind of other cultural ones, it'd be interesting to kind of delve into it. But these were our Desi, you know, brown superstitions, most of them.
For sure.
So
thanks for watching, and next episode, horror stories.
No, not horror stories out.